So subscribe this channel to know more about the endangered human population and ethnic cultures of India.
Masiti marani gela chore.
The Savar, a vulnerable population inhabiting in the states of Jharkhand and Bihar. Few of them are also available in the states of West Bengal and Orissa. The first reference of Savaras was mentioned by Dalton in 1872 in his works. He has mentioned that the Savaras conquered the Siddhos and ruled the country from 500 to 990 AD. Russell in 1916 mentions that the first ancestor of the Savara is sometimes described as Bill. He further writes that the word Savar appears in various Sanskrit literature written between 800 BC and 1200 AD, and it seems probable that they are Munda tribe who occupied the tracts of country which they live in prior to their arrival of the Gonds.
We are facing here. So we came, that is what which I am telling you about the route which we came here from Jamshedpur, from Ranchi to Jamshedpur, from Jamshedpur to the tribal village. Our one of the bearing has gone. I don't know what we are going to do. We had to start, we had to reach tomorrow evening. Bearing होने से कैसा जाएगा, लेके जाएगा हमको धीरे धीरे जाएगा. So he says he will take me to slowly to the Ranchi के लेके जाएगा. थोड़ा थोड़ा धीरे से लेके जाएगा. This is the problems in the field. The roads are too worse, hilly track, and it is not that much easy to come. We need an expert driver. He is a very good driver. He has taken us to several tribal villages, and you see this is Jharkhand vehicle, Tata Sumo. This is the field work which you are doing among the Savar tribe. We came here in search of the Savar. From Ranchi it is 260 kilometers. We have reached the village as Savara, and now from here we went to the Savar village. Yesterday we have started at afternoon or 1:30. We have reached the night, and we are halted here and we are going. This is the first time I am facing the problem of traveling. I never seen in my lifetime such a type of dirty roads, which is there is no words for description. I have faced a lot of problem during my travel since yesterday and today also. My shoulders, I am getting pain in my shoulders by sitting in the car, jeep. It is impossible for a person to come here. I don't know how these people are living in these remote villages. The Savar, you have seen the Savar, how they are living. So it is an inaccessible area, an inaccessible zone. And now I came to one of the villages where I can able to get some food and I can able to share some time with these people about the problems and issues associated with the jungle and also the tribes of Savar. Thank you.
जिसमें क्या
आपको डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है?
डिस्टर्ब तो है ही है कि आपके साथ जो
हमको ऐसा कर दो,
आदमी हम जो दे पाएंगे आपको वो चार्ज नहीं मिल रहा है।
नहीं हमको वहाँ छोड़ दो, वो गांव का इंट्रोड्यूस कर कर आप आ जाइए।
अच्छा।
हम बैठ कर काम कर लेके आ जाता है।
अच्छा
वही बस बहुत।
अच्छा।
आपका गांव को पहचान होना है ना, वो ट्राइबल वो प्रिमिटिव ट्राइब्स है ना, नहीं मांगते, आप इंट्रोड्यूस कर दो या लोग वापस आ जाएंगे। ऐसा कर रहे हैं। चाय पी लो।
Finally, the two brothers were convinced and we are proceeding to the core area of the Savars where they are inhabiting. We can see here, this is the plain lands, barren lands where nothing is available, and now we are entering into the territories of the Savar where they are inhabiting. It can be observed that the sorry state of the conditions of the roads and the place where they are inhabiting. It is really unknown place to outsiders. It is very difficult without the help of the local people to reach them and to identify them. They are the Savars because they have already mixed up with the plain people. Here we have reached the village of the Savar. In the year 1960, the Savar people were rehabilitated in this region. No doubt that in those days, this is the thick forest, as though it was the foothills. With the expansion of the culture and civilization, the migration has started and they have occupied the territories of the Savar people by the plain people, and they are exposed and mixed with the different kind of cultures. Present day, they lost their identity and they lost their lands which was given by the government. Now they are in the verge of extinction, which you can observe in this document.
Now 1960 they have been rehabilitated in this area. Previously they are food gatherers and hunters in the jungle, nearby jungle, which you can observe here. So from there they have brought here and rehabilitated in this colony. ये colony का नाम क्या है?
कॉलोनी का नाम
घोंडे
हाँ?
घोंडे
Gonde.
घोंडे
Gonde. This village name is Gonde.
In 1960, almost all the Savar people have been shifted to the peripheries of the forest on both the sides. The government has constructed the colonies which you can observe here in 1960. Till to date, there is no repair and there is no expansion of these colonies. Those houses constructed in 1960 has been totally destroyed, which you can observe in this village, and they have constructed their own thatched house from the sources which they are earning and collecting the bamboo and wood and grass from the forest. Here, the impact of neighboring Bengali and Hindi speaking population is noticeable in the spheres of their social behavior, economy, material culture, dress and dialect. The Savar villages no more isolated. Now they are almost mixed with the mainstream of the society. Houses in the Savar villages lie scattered, which you can observe here. There is no systematic planning like the traditional Savar houses which they were living in the forest. As there is no space in the houses for their living, most of the men and women spend their daytime under the trees, which you can observe here. Most of the men and women, they will be spending their time under the trees. The Savar are dark in complexion, medium stature. They have the prognatism and their complexion is dark. You can observe here the traditional or the old people generation, they are dark in complexion. Their facial characteristics and physical characteristics are different from the present generation people. Here you can see the traditional woman, her complexion, the nose root is deeper and prolonged nose, earlobe attachment, and eyes. They are look different from the plain people, which you can observe here. Their hairstyles is also different from the other caste people in the plain region. In this village, most of the houses are thatched huts. Only few houses, that is 25 houses, were given under Indira Awas. Even after 25 years, they are not been given any kind of service or any kind of conditioning the houses.
So this house they have given, but the house is of no use now. Entire during rainy season, all the water is coming. This is the living. There is no window for it. As though there is a window, they cannot close it. They doesn't have any safety here in this. You can see this is the conditions of the living of these people. Here you can see they are divided into two portions. This is one portion where the sal leaves and other things they have kept. You can see the roof also gone, and the sunlight is directly coming and falling. And so this is the pathetic conditions where they are living. This is another portion. Right side you can see here. This is there is no door. Only these sticks they have made as a door. This is the bedroom. You can see the bedroom here. The conditions of living for them. This is the bedroom. You can see. So one or two containers they are having. Nothing is there. You can also see if the rain comes, entire water will be inside. Sunlight is also falling on it. Only the grass they have made as a bed. Here you can see. With the grass they have made the bed. This is the grass. Grass they have keeping as a bed. On it only one old sari they have kept it. You can see they are using the mosquito. This is the important one, mosquito coil, to escape from the mosquito. This is the house which you can observe. Here you can see they are constructing the house by themselves. These are mud walls they are making. So it is a hard life they are leading here, by no support from any agencies, any NGOs or the government. None of them are coming on their way to support them. This is a family with a child. The lady she is working and also weaning the child here. The conditions of living is very. All the houses' roofs are got damaged. You see, this is already gone. Which you have seen. It is gone. That is to cover that one. They have the plastic sheets here. This is totally gone. See, another rain comes, means it will be totally going. So this is the conditions of these people living here. Then urgently there is a need for them. At least shelters for their living, that is very important. Used paddy straw they have purchased for the construction of the house. They are using this straw for the construction of the house. You have seen these houses. You come here, the damaged houses will show. So this is the conditions of damaged house. Now he is rebuilding the house. So this is the straw. Paddy straw they have purchased. कितना for each bundle they will purchase for the construction of the house. कितना बरस के लिए रहता है ये बनने से?
1 साल चलते हैं।
1 साल बस?
1 साल हो लगा।
So this will be there for 1 year only. Then again they have to rechange. So it becoming very expensive, and also they are not able to sustain for that kind of living. But it should be provided, permanent shelters they should be provided. That is what, once they were living in the jungle, with happily with the wood and with the grey leaves which are available in the jungle, now they have been rehabilitated and forgotten them by the people of India and also the nation. So there should be support for these people, otherwise these people will extinct from the planet. That is what which you have observed here among these populations.
The smallest basic unit and institution of Savar society is patriarchal in nature. It is mostly nuclear and monogamous type, which includes the man, wife, and the unmarried children. Sometimes the membership is extended to the widowed, divorced, and unmarried sisters of daughters, newly married son, and daughter-in-law dependent old parents. However, married sons leave the family of orientation to live in their own families of a procreation within a year of marriage. Succession and inheritance of the property is strictly patrilineal. Traditionally, they had the joint families, but nowadays the nuclear families are predominant among the Savar. The father or eldest male member enjoys the authority. Full authority rests on the hands of the male persons. The impact of rehabilitation from the forest to the plain areas can be clearly observed not only in the social organization but also in the culture. The important thing, they lost their gotras, many of them have forgotten their clan system names, and marriage is also becoming very difficult. Very few of them are remembering their clan names. They are
Polas.
Polas और
हमारा समा
Sama और
हमारा पाट
पाट और
हमारे साल भैया
साल मया और हाँ बाट और जो मालूम है बता दो
दाल भैया
दाल भैया
दाल भैया
दाल भैया. So they
clan is an exogamous group. Marrying within the clan is prohibited. They marry outside the clan. So, clan plays an important role for performing the marriages. Savar's journey from mother's womb to the grave is a passage of 7 steps. Their kinship system plays an indispensable role in these phases of individual's life cycle. The experienced eldest woman, mother, and neighboring kinswomen attend the woman during her childbirth. The navel string of the newborn baby is cut by the old woman or the mother herself. The placenta and the after birth is buried outside the hut or house by her or the attending woman. The newborn infant is given a name and membership of the society in presence of the kith and kin on the day of naming ceremony held on the 10th or 15th day of his birth. Mother protects the helpless child against evil eyes by putting iron bangles, and father ties a black thread around his waist to ensure their lifelong ties. The child's first hair cutting ceremony is performed by his father when he is 2 or 3 months old. His father, facing east, buries hair shaved from his head. A chicken is sacrificed, cooked with rice and eaten with salap or mahua liquor in a feast by the family and the members who attended the delivery. The child is given the soup of chicken head and a small peg of warm wine to sip. Likewise, when the first deciduous tooth of the child's lower jaw drops out, it is buried in the yard. If it belongs to the upper jaw, it is thrown on the roof by the mother. Thus, the infant steps into the first phase of his life is called as Chiryo and commences his own journey to reach the Gurhyo, the childhood, and then gradually steps into the adolescence, the third phase, followed by the youth. The fourth stage is the best and the most romantic period of his life. No specific rites, ceremonies, and taboos are associated with initiation and puberty. At this stage, the boys are called Ingre and the girl is called as Shela, who enjoys a unfettered freedom of premarital love and romance among themselves before they finally choose their life companion to be tied in wedlock and be called as Benda, that is man, and Diakoye, that is girl. Diverse for both male and female are freely allowed with the consent of the Kul Panchayat. Widow and widower remarriage is allowed. Levirate and surrogate marriages are permitted in the society.
उसका उसका वो मोल देता है ना, उसका क्या बोलता है आप लोग?
बॉन्ड बोलते हैं।
Bond. So they have the bride price existing among them. 100 rupees they will be paying. It is called as bowl.
बॉन्ड बोलते हैं।
Bond. It is called as bond. So that is important for the bride price. और शादी किसी का घर में होता है? लड़का के घर में होता है, लड़की के घर में?
लड़की का शादी करने जाता है, लड़की के घर।
लड़की के घर में
लड़की का शादी करने जाता है।
लड़की के घर, लड़का जाता है,
जाता है।
The marriage is performed by elders of the village. There is no priest who will be engaging for performing the marriage. During the marriage, the bride and bridegroom exchange the garlands. After the garlands exchanging, we will keep a water pot between bride and bridegroom. The bridegroom's right hand 2 fingers and the bride's left hand 2 fingers are taken and tied with a thread, which you can observe here. They tie here in such a way that they will join together, and they kept these both bridegroom and bride's fingers in the water. Then it is considered the marriage is over, which you can see here how it will be tied, and they will be tied with a thread. Then it will be kept in the pot and it will be removed. Afterwards we will be having a sindoor in the forehead, that is kumkum, will be performed by the both bride and bridegroom. That is the end of the marriage. It is a very simple function and it is a unique function among the tribes of Savar. A vegetarian feast is given to all the people who attended the marriage.
को पसंद कर दिया।
हाँ, तब ठीक है।
आप दोनों चले जाते जंगल को?
जंगल नहीं जाते हैं, तो कहीं लेकर चल जाता है।
कहीं लेके चले जाता है। उस शादी का नाम क्या बोलते हैं?
उसको बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? बोलते हैं भागा के ले जाते हैं।
आपका भाषा में बोलते हैं?
हमको भाषा है। मतलब मेरे क्या ले
तो इंग्लिश में लव मैरिज है।
चुरा नहीं पड़ा के देते हैं, नहीं पड़ा के मैंने चुरा के ले गया।
चुरा के ले गया तो वो तो हिंदी में आ गया।
नहीं पड़ा के जाता है,
नीपा जाता है। दैट इज elopement marriage is called as नीपा marriage. And अभी देखो हमने
It became very difficult for me to find out the exact original names of some of the forms of the marriages they are performing by the Savaras. They themselves have forgotten the terminologies used for the marriages of different types. So to find out the names of the different forms of the marriages, I have to explain the way of performing the marriage. Then they are giving the exact names of the marriage.
उसको बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? जबरदस्त उसका सामान उठा के वहाँ से लाया।
उसका नाम क्या बोलता है आप लोग, आपका भाषा में? तो आपको तो मालूम होगा। मैरिज में कैप्चर इज कॉल्ड हुरिया नीचे। अभी भी करता है क्या वो? ये भी नहीं करता। अभी देखो और एक शादी है, जब लड़की एक लड़का से पसंद हो गई, वो लड़की अपना आप लड़का का घर आ जाता है।
आ जाता है,
ऐसा भी है ना? उसका नाम क्या बोलता है आप?
उसका क्या नाम बोलते हैं वो अपने निजी अपने से
अपना बच्ची से आ जाती है लड़की,
अपने से अपने से
दिस द मैरिज बाय अपना सच्ची, अपना सच्चे। That is why marriage by girl herself will come and stay with the boy. That is one of the important forms of the marriage among these people.
The life cycle of an individual ends with the death. They carry the corpse on a wooden bier or on a cot upside down for cremation to Sasam, that is burial ground. A child below 4 years is carried by a man in his lap to the graveyard. The females do not go to the Sasam. The dead are cremated with the head to the north or buried. If the economic conditions is poor, if a man dies of smallpox and cholera, he is thrown in the jungle.
अस्पताल में पैदा हुआ क्या क्या लेके आता है?
लकड़ी सब लाता है,
क्या बोलो ना।
लकड़ी लाता है वहाँ से, वही भी आप आलू लाता है।
आलू का नाम बता दो, आलू क्या क्या आलू लाता है?
आलू का नाम होता है तो कुंदरी है, चुरका है, कोई भी आलू सब लाता है वहाँ से।
एक नाम बता दो।
तो आलू भी अभी नहीं है ना, देखा जाता है।
नाम बता दो।
सब आलू लाता था। चुरका, পায়া, একটা আছে বাংলা, একটা আছে খাম, একটা আছে এই কি বলে কাঁটা আলু, একটা আছে কুঁদরি, একটা আছে কি বলে টড়ো 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 আলু, তারপরে আছে একটা আলুটিয়া।
अच्छा फल क्या?
चिहोड़ चिहोड़ जो फल हुआ, चिहोड़ फल हुआ, ये तो भेला बोलते हम लोग, भेला बोलते हैं उसको, वो भी मिलता है फल जंगल में। हाँ, पहाड़ का कुंदरी है, वो भी फल मिलते हैं, वो सब लाता था जंगल से।
This is the साल पत्ता. They will be making the leaves here. This is be sold in the market. कितने में बेचता है ये?
50 रुपए।
50 रुपया। 50 rupees एक bundle. One bundle. This bundle costs 50 rupees. They will be selling. This is one of the economic pursuit for these people. So it is one of the
आलू आलू खाम आलू बोलते हैं हम।
खाम आलू. So this is the roots they will be collecting from the jungle. It's called as खाम आलू. इधर आ जाओ, इधर आ जाओ, इधर आ जाओ. आओ. ये क्या है?
ये कापू चुरका बोलते हैं।
ये कपू चिपका.
कापू चुरका बोलते हैं।
दिस इज लहसन आई थिंक. इसका ये कैसा बना कर खाता है ये लोग, आप लोग?
हम छिलते हैं इसको।
हाँ, छिलते हैं,
छिल के काटते हैं।
अच्छा,
आलू के
छोटा आलू जैसा
काटता है, काट के और कोई आराम से खाता है।
अच्छा,
ये संकपू तो होता है,
ये भी खाता है ना? इसका नाम क्या बोलते हैं आप?
Sankapu.
Is called as sankapu. This also they will boil it and they will eat. This is one of the staple food for these people.
Sankapu.
वो खाते हैं
कच्चा खाता है, पका कर खाता है? Boil कर खाता है. This boil and they will eat. This is the root.
सिद्धो कर खाता है.
सिद्धो और करना?
सीधा मैंने
बॉईल करके,
बॉयल करके.
सिद्धो मैंने बॉईल करके।
अच्छा, इसको काट कर बनाओ, देखेंगे.
होता नहीं था, अच्छा ना था।
और ज्यादा देखने के लिए they are collecting the berries here. You can see. So by shaking the tree, they will be. करो. This is the fruits they will be collecting and also eating.
बेस बेसा आलम है, बेस बेसा खाते टाका बची आज ये जो मैं
बस लेके आओ. Fruits. इसका नाम क्या बोलता है आपको?
कुल
Is called as cool. This is one of the fruits which they will be eating by this tribe. This is cool. अच्छा है?
ठीक है ना,
ठीक है.
पांचटा ऐसे समासी घर.
जंगल का क्या लाका आते? जंगल में क्या क्या लेके आता है आप?
दिया पत्ता
पत्ता. हाँ.
पत्ता
और
पत्ता এখন যে ধান লাগা লাগি এখানে ভিলেজের ধান লাগাবো,
ধান লাগাবো.
খাবো. চারটে আছে সমাজ, চারটে আছে সমাজ. একবেলা খাচ্ছি. আর শরীফ কি শরীফ
गोगनी में जो बनते हैं
natural colors. which he can make with this. See, Rangoli. This is the way they can live the natural colors. Dyeing seeds, the colors they will be making with these seeds. They will be collecting from the forest. इसका नाम क्या बोलता है?
ये फल का नाम की
इसका आपका भाषा में क्या बोलता है?
रंग फल
रंग फल and इसको करो ऐसे करो. So he will be getting the color, you can see here, red color.
फूल आता है फूल.
So this is the red color which you are getting. This they will be using for dyeing also, natural dyeing, and also they will be using these seeds for eating. So sabji banakar खाता है. They will prepare a curry with these leaves also. They will be using. This is the natural indigenous colors they are making. Nowadays it is almost going to disappear, because they are not going for the forest and they are solely depending on the food which are available in the plain, like any other plain population. क्या
सुअर मिलते हैं, हरी मिलते हैं, खरगोश मिलते हैं, और गिलहरी, चिड़िया भी मिलता है. हाँ, चिड़िया भी मिलते हैं.
क्या चिड़िया मिलती है?
चिड़िया तो इतना चिड़िया का मालूम नहीं, लेकिन हर डिजाइन का चिड़िया मिलते हैं.
नाम तो मालूम है ना, चिड़िया का नाम बता दो.
चिड़िया का नाम बताया क्या?
Women do hard work in supporting the family economy. Not only they are going for daily wage laborers, but also they will collect the bamboo and other minor forest produce from the forest. Here you can observe the bamboo sold by the women collected from the forest to the local vendors. Their subsistence of economy for selling and purchasing is depend on the middlemen and also the local vendors. Here we can observe the local vendors will be coming to the village itself for selling the produce and also purchasing their minor forest produce. It is a daily affair and they exploit to a great extent to purchase their produce.
क्या काम करता है?
जो भी काम मिलता है हम मंत्री करता है. जो भी काम हम लोग मंत्री करता है.
मंत्री, ये क्या मंत्री कर रहा है? मजदूरी क्या मजदूरी करता है?
कहीं भी जो काम मिलेगा वही कर.
वही जो क्या काम मिलता है?
जैसे ये अभी घर सब बनाना है, शिक्षा में भी काम जाना है. कोई जो काम हम लोग को बोलेगा. कभी जंगल जाना पड़ेगा.
जंगल में क्या था? लकड़ी भी बेचता है हम लोग. So these are the very pathetic conditions they are living. They doesn't have any prescribed or any kind of occupation for them. Whosoever calls them, they will be going for different kind of works. That is daily wage laborers. Otherwise, they will be living in their own houses without any proper food. That is the condition.
पहले हम लोग बेच के खा रहा था. जहाँ पहाड़ का वो जो फल सब बेच के खा रहा था, हम लोग वो बेच के नहीं तो के नहीं ना, उसको हम लोग खेत के वो पानी में धो के खाना बन के हम खा रहा था. हम लोग
अभी केंद्र भाती. जी. और अभी
He is the priest and also religious head of this village. He performs all the rituals connected for the life cycle ceremonies, marriage, death rituals, and also the worshipping of the different deities by the Savars in the village. They have assimilated with the Hindus and they are adopted different kind of gods worshipped by the Hindus. Indra is also one of the god worshipped by them and it is called Ind Puja.
Ind Puja. Acha. Ind Puja. That is called sacrificing for Indra. On that day, he goat will be sacrificed and all the people will meet there and they will be eating that flesh and there itself and they will be coming back to the village. That is the important ceremony. To take care of the village, the people, they will be performing that ceremony. Sarol is also called as Holi. In Bengal, it is called as Sarol. These people also, Savar also performing the Sarol Puja. Sarol here, for they are going to give sacrifice for the Kartik also. There is one.
Saral Puja is a very important for these tribes, not only for the Savars, for all the tribes inhabiting this region. For this puja, almost all the houses, they will be preparing their own gods of their images and kept in the front yard of the houses and worshipped by them. Here we can observe different type of gods, images representing different type of plants, animals they have prepared and they will be worshipping. You can see here some of the images, that is a Trishul of Hindus also we can observe here. This is nothing but the impact of Hindu people on the tribe. The headman called Maji is the chief of Savar village. However, this monolithic leadership structure is quite democratic in practice. His decisions are governed by the majority opinion of the family heads of the village. Maji is assisted by Loco Toto and Gon Toto. The office of all these three people are hereditary. Cases of adultery, incest, elopement, divorce, land disputes, theft, etc. are dealt with the village council. The concept behind punishment among the Savar society is amazing. They believe that the punishment are to compensate the aggrieved, to purify the offenders and to readmit the guilty person after paying a fine or after hosting a feast to the Savar. The Savar believe that a breach of norm is likely to affect the whole society. It is also believed that punishment awarded to the accused by the village council is actually by the punishment of the supernatural power.
नहीं निकल पूजा के हिसाब से जब कुछ देखने नहीं जाता नहीं हमारा कौन जान से रखते वाके
नहीं तो
एक गाना गाना सुना
देखते गाने सुन
घोरेला घुमाती है डाक दी आगु भी नपे
क्या चाहता है मैं समझ गया ना. We wanted to know from him. आपका नाम क्या है? राजेश सवर. We wanted to know from you that the living conditions in the jungle अच्छा था, अभी अच्छा है, क्या बोल सकते हैं?
अभी बोलना क्या सकते हैं? अभी जो जंगल में था ठीक है था, अभी यहाँ ला दिया ना. अभी यहाँ सरकार ला के यहाँ तो हम लोग को ऐसे घर ऐसे दे दिया और बिल्डिंग दिया है ठीक है, लेकिन घर ऐसे बिल्डिंग तो दिया पहले दिया था, जो लाया वहाँ से तो बिल्डिंग दिया. अच्छा, बिल्डिंग दे के अभी तो पानी नहीं गिर रहा है तो अभी तो घर में बनाना पड़े हम लोग पाल घर, तो पाल घर बना के रहा है.
अच्छा, उस अभी ये खाना खा रहा है ना, ये खाना अच्छा है, कंदमूल खाता था ना वो खाना अच्छा था, इसी को पूछेंगे. जो खाता था ना उस समय में कंदमूल फॉरेस्ट में जंगल में, वो अच्छा लगता है आपको? यहाँ चावल खाना अच्छा लगता है?
आगे चल ठीक नहीं, खाने चल ठीक, वही ठीक था,
वही ठीक था. सो अच्छा कैसा?
अच्छा बोले खाने बोले जो अच्छा लगता है जैसे तो अच्छा बोलेगा हम लोग.
वही ठीक था, ये ठीक नहीं था. So he says that the forest where they are living, that food was very good for them. That this used to use a lot of stamina and strength. They can able to work hard. But here the rice is nothing. Even if they will eat for 2 hours, it will be digested and no strength for them. That is what he is telling. And he wants to go back to his own way of life, that is in the forest. They don't want to live here. That is one of the observations which you have made with the elderly people of this village.
The Savar had a rich cultural heritage of songs and dances. Songs and dances play a vital role in their life. They dance and sing at birth, marriage and all type of rituals and festivals. The dances are of two types, the Dome Nach and the Panta Salai Nach. In both the dances, men play drum called Nagara in front of the women. They move in a circle and dance with a stoop. All these songs and dances they have forgotten. With great difficulty I am able to organize these songs and dances. This cultural heritage they have forgotten. All the musical instruments also they have lost because of the poverty, and they have sold the instruments to the museums, and now they doesn't have anything.
काला भोरा रे नाच तोर छैलिया को ले ले यो काला भोरा रे नाच तोर छैलिया को ले ले क्यों दोना नाच
You can observe here the children, almost all the children are malnourished. There is no Anganwadi, there is no public health center in this village. You can see almost all the kids. And this child is less than 1.5 kg. This is the conditions of the children here which they are living. See, almost all, even this girl, you can see the condition of this girl, and these children which they are begging. How? Idhar aao. So the conditions of these children are very pathetic. You can see here. This child is malnourished. The mothers also malnourished. Almost all the children are. There is urgent need to attend for the medical, and also there is a need for a specific action plan for this conservation of these people, because they are suffering with malnourishment, both mother and children. There is no nutritious food for these kids.
Women are very weak and malnourished, which you can observe here, and because of the poverty they are always depend on the handia, that is local made liquor, to fill their bellies, which costs about 5 rupees per cup. A local tribal woman which brings the hadia and provides these people, which you can see here. This cup costs about 5 rupees. This is the regular food for these people. Always they will drink the hadia and fill their bellies. There is no other alternative for them. This is the only source how they can fill their bellies, and also they cannot able to collect the wider forest produce from the forest for their subsistence of economy. So with the small amount of money they always fill their bellies, and also they will be working for a daily wage laborers. With the amount they will support the family. Woman works hard and also sacrifices their life always in drinking in the handia.
About the rainy season, the problems which they are facing. Let's bolo. The rainy season.
वो छत का अभी ये इंदिरा आवास दिया है ना, वो छत का कोई या नहीं, पानी गिरा छत का, और वो छत का वो या हुआ प्लास्टर किया हुआ, वो पूरा नीचे गिर जा रहा, पूरा नीचे गिर के पूरा पानी उन्हें पूरा हो रहा, पानी उन्हें पूरा गिर रहा. अब ऐसे पूरा भिजा हुआ है, भिजा में ऐसे भिजा हुआ है, कपड़ा उड़ा पे जमीन में कपड़ा उड़ा बिछा करके सो रहा, और उसलिए बीमार हम लोग का ज़्यादा बीमार उसलिए हो रहा. सरकार अभी घर और कुछ नहीं दे रहा है. अभी बहुत साल हो गया, कितना अभी मोटा मोटी कम से कम 50-60 साल हो गया, अभी घर कुछ दिया नहीं. ऐसे हम लोग खड़िया का अवस्था माने वही जमीन में सो रहा पूरा, उसलिए तो बीमार पैदा हो रहा है. उसे सरकार बोल रहा है बीमार ऐसे हो रहा है, किस लिए बीमार हो रहा है, उसलिए तो बीमार हो रहा है. अभी हम लोग को ये हम लोग का मैंने अभी पूरा सूखा घर में हम लोग का रहने के मैंने चाह रहा है. हम लोग बहुत रिपोर्टर आया है, पूरा खींच के लेके गया, बोला आज नहीं काल होगा. अभी कुछ नहीं हो रहा। इलेक्ट्रिक भी नहीं है, इलेक्ट्रिक नहीं होने से वो इसलिए घर पूरा कालो हो जा रहा है। मैंने डिग्री आलो से मैंने ये जला रहा है ना, उसलिए तक घर सब पूरा कालो हो रहा है, काली हो जा रहा है। घर अच्छा नहीं देख रहा है, दूसरा घर में अच्छा अच्छा पूरा देख रहा है।
लकड़ी का ढकी बनाता था।
हाँ।
जैसे हम लोग सुबह से ऐसे करके
मैंने कुछ के खाते थे।
तो ढकी से कूटते थे हम।
अच्छा, इंडिजिनस वे ऑफ राइस मेकिंग ऐसा। अच्छा, हाँ।
कूट के जो चलते ना वही जल अच्छा था सब।
अच्छा था।
हाँ।
अभी
अभी के चावल अच्छा नहीं है।
so the rice which they are giving is also not good. Indigenous rice which they used to prepare by way of handi, that is was very good. Nowadays they are interested to have their own way of life, but forcefully they have been rehabilitated here without any further avenues for their development. They are locked here. That is what they are observing.
अभी पोलियो हो गया।
पोलियो हो गया, पोलियो डालता है। So they are getting polio, all the people. That is one. बच्चा लोग पढ़ता है यहाँ. So there is a nearby school. School problem is not there. So आंगनवाड़ी वाला का डॉक्टर आता है यहाँ, नर्स आता है, डिलीवरी का टाइम में लेके जाता है। क्यों बच्चा लोग सभी बहुत ये कमजोर है, क्यों
जाता है देख के जाता है आके अपना पूछते हैं तो कम जल्दी क्या लगता है वो नहीं।
So doctors will be visiting, but they are not doing any treatment or not giving any vitamin tablets or multivitamin tablets. That is what they are telling. Doctors are visiting, nurses are visiting, but they are not treatment.
डॉक्टर से बताया ना ठीक से नहीं करते।
ट्रीटमेंट अच्छे से नहीं होता।
अच्छा, आकर चले जाता है।
देखते हैं तो हमारे से अच्छा है कि नहीं है, वो देखता है, देख लिया ठीक है तो ठीक है, तो ठीक है ट्रीटमेंट नहीं करते।
डिलीवरी का टाइम में कुछ इधर आ जाओ, चुप कर लो। Savara is an important primitive tribes inhabiting in Jharkhand region and also Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal and Orissa. This is the people who are called as primitive tribes. These people once they are used to inhabit in the forest. Last 1960s they have brought here and rehabilitated these people in this settlement. Most of the now Savar people are rehabilitated in different places. These people are facing different kind of problems. They have basic infrastructure problems, and also health problems, and little bit economic problems. Here you can see the first basic is malnourishment. You can see here the women and children. They are malnourished. They are not at all healthy. We can see the worst conditions of living on these people. The immediate need is for them is the nutritional supplement for the women and children. That is, you can see here the small mother and children, how the conditions of the living, and old women also. They doesn't have any help for their health improvement. They are, most of them are anemic. Here you can see the men and women are also anemic. The second one is which they are facing the problem is the economic problem. Once they are used to live happily in the jungle, now they have lost, according to him, they have lost their economic pursuit where they used to get roots, tubers and wildlife from the forest, and they used to live happily with that substance of food. They were strong enough to live. Now they have been rehabilitated here. The government is giving a rice, free distribution of rice, but it is not sufficient for them. That is what which he is suggesting. They lost their economic and environmental conditions. That is what which is, no, there is no other job occupation for them also. For their livelihood, they are day to day they are facing. They became the laborers working in different fields, going for different various activities. There is no particular job for them. There is no guarantee for their employment. They are thinking about tomorrow's future, what will be going to happen for them, for their living conditions. So these people are living in the condition that if you are not going to support, these people may extinct from the planet. As though they are vulnerable people living from ages, they are going to lose their identity. So there is a need for them to provide first the food and the shelter, which you have seen the houses which are here. Almost all the houses are in ruined state. During rainy season, they are facing a lot of problems and they have the malaria, tuberculosis and different kind of infections and diseases. That is the major one. As the doctor is coming here, they are not given any kind of treatment and tablets. It is only for namesake they have the doctor here. So there is a need for the improvement of the health status, educational status and economic status. That is the need of the hour for these people. So I request the policy makers and the decision makers and the politicians and the academicians and the research scholars to look into the present day conditions of the Savar people and to come in a big way to help them to conserve for the Savar people for a longer duration to live on the earth. There is a need of the hour to save the Savars. How we can able to save, that is left to the people of India. Thank you very much. I thank all the people who have cooperated for me to document this village. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Forward it to your friends to understand the living cultures of Indian people and their way of life. Thank you very much. Thank you.